So Manzar, you currently the CIO and the head CSR. The combination is a little rare. We get the IT part as that's been a large part of your career. How does CSR fit into all of this?
Oh, that's actually interesting, and thank you for noticing that. And this is my additional responsibility as head CSR in Rockman Foundation. So this is a responsibility which, as an individual and my organization, including from top to bottom, like our chairman, Shri Sumankant Munjalji, he all take it very seriously because this is the only way wherein we want to give back to the society. Now, as a CIO, as you have rightly mentioned, professionally I'm a CIO, but during pandemic, we have seen the second wave, we have seen the sufferings, the calamity that it has caused all across, and that has actually drawn me towards more of the social cause. And I was part of a lot of voluntary groups doing service to the people and families affected with COVID. And as part of that, it further graduated into taking up additional responsibility. And I'm really thankful to my organization and management to trust me with that. So if I give you a background of what we do, if you allow me to do that.
Absolutely, please do.
So we work in 59 villages across India. We have covered household, 4,300 some plus household we have covered. A population of 21,600 we have served. And 43 schools we have intervened with for the education, for the upliftment, for infrastructure development. We have touched upon the lives of 9,000 plus children, wherein we have, given them tuitions, we have given them aid, educational aid, books, uniform, etc. And we have a scheme which is very unique, which is called a Samarth scheme. Samarth is a small entrepreneurship, kind of provision to people who are interested to do the self-employment. Like we have a lot of success stories in that we have opened small-time dairies in the villages and enabled people. We have given them sewing stations, like a group of Mahila group or a women group, self group we have created. We have done a lot of collective businesses, around 6 of them. We have constructed 500 plus toilets in the village as part of our mission to make as far as we can do, serve and make India open defecation free. And we have, I'm proud to share with you, 20 plus villages we have made open defecation free, which we have submitted application to government to check and certify whether it is, our claim is right or not. So we also do health camps. I'm very much happy to be involved into it, wherein we do deworming of children, anti-anemia campaigns, and or the folic acid provisioning to the women. Those are the in the rural areas. And then we do the tree plantation. Roshan, you will be happy to know that we have planted over 38,000 trees.
Wow!
With a rate of 85%. And this year alone, we have done 10,000 plus trees, in which around 60% we have changed the model to fruit-bearing trees, so that the people around in villages, they are benefited out of it. And then we are putting up, a lot of facilities for processing these things, like pickle making units, and also those self-help group actually benefits from the produce, and the further there is a value chain to it. So I'm sure that this interests you as it interests me.
Absolutely, it sounds humongous, and you've reached so many lives, and the kind of impact you're creating is just outstanding. I'm sure a lot of lives are getting affected because of that, in a positive way.
Yes, and in addition to that, Roshan, we also run 3 SDCs.
Okay.
Skill development centers under PMKY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Yojana.
Right.
And we do training to the youth of the rural side in welder, fitter, CNC operator, sewing and stitching, machine operator, and so these kind of things we do, just keeping in mind that people, youth who does not have opportunity of employment can actually come here, get trained, and earn their livelihood after that. We help them in placement as well.
True. I think that is commendable. I do know the government is already doing a lot of efforts, but when private companies take the baton and things really move forward in a constructive manner, which you guys are doing a wonderful job at, I'm sure. So that was the CSR part. Talk to us about the IT part now.
Sure. So in IT part, currently I'm involved into multifaceted of IT and OT technologies. One is the enterprise IT, which is the pure play, data centers, SAP, networks, and convergence, communication, etc.
Right.
Now, other part is operational technology, which is the digital transformation of the shop floor. So, a few people in the country has taken up, as an initiative, transform their shop floor, implement Industry 4.0. So that is it's application of machine learning and artificial intelligence into a very traditional way of manufacturing foundry, so that you reduce waste and you increase your efficiency through predictive, prescriptive analytics, suggestions. Tell you that hey Roshan, I'm going to get down. I need oil. The machine will, send you an SMS. Please change my oil. I'm going to go down.
Interesting.
Or how many good. See, there is always a cost of producing bad parts. Production cost is same whether you produce good part or bad part, right? How do you curtail that production cost of bad? So there are so many things. I was speaking in Alucast, I think last week, and presenting a paper there for high pressure die casting, IT interventions or OT interventions into that. It's a very interesting field which we are working, and I'm very happy to tell you that we are living in a very interesting time.
Right.
Very interesting, dynamic time where there is a pandemic, and there are people who are shooting for Mars and shooting for whatnot, asteroid mining, and have quantum computing which is evolving. So I think this is the right platform or the canvas to paint the right picture. And if you connect the dots now, Roshan, with the CSR activity, so you have lowest strata of the society getting connected to the topmost space tech.
True.
This is how the value chain and the benefit happens.
True. It's amazing. I mean, I think the whole setup that you've been working on, and the CSR, of course, combined with the IT advancements that you've done, is commendable. So, Manzar, 2 decades you've been in this professional journey. If I have to ask you the very first day of your job, of your work career, do you remember it? How was it? Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, that was scary like anybody else. First day, that was in Bangalore. Okay, it was in Midsoft Technology, Metal Tower, MG Road, Bangalore. I remember very clearly. It was pouring that day.
Okay.
I auto rickshaw. Usually I used, that was initial days. I used to travel by bus,
right.
But that was special day, so I have treated myself with the auto ride. Went there, and then we started, and that is something which inspires you, and when you grow up, and then the children are there, the youth are there who are now in that place who are joining.
True.
So make their life happy, more confident. They are very changed beings, like anything, like nothing like us. True. Nothing like me was I was 21 years ago, right? Absolutely. They're confident, full of ideas. So that gives you, if you remember those things, it gives you more humbleness,
right,
to actually support and give back to these people.
Absolutely, true. Did you have, or rather, you've been in the IT industry for the last 2 decades. When you started your career, did you always know that IT is something that you will be getting into. Was this a planned thing, or is it something that just happened to you?
I would say it was a planned thing. I would not say that it was not pot of luck. It was a planned thing, and you actually work for it and strive hard for it.
True.
And being there, doing so many projects at very young age. If you see one of my LinkedIn posts, I posted after 21 years. So very, very, very young, out of very young person. But then aspirations and the goals were very clear.
Okay, that you had said that pretty much at the start of the career, and that's how you
Yes.
doing.
Yes.
Right. So the key
I do not. Still, after spending so many years, I do not find any day wherein I find myself out of place, because that is something, a roadmap which you set for yourself and you progress.
Right. Did you have mentors early on in your career, or anybody you looked up to?
Yes, I did, and I would be very happy. Mr. Kumar, when I was working in Dubai, he was vice president of the organization, and gentleman, still in touch.
I'm sure.
He lives in US. He's still in touch. People who have actually taught me. I was very young. I was 21, 22. How to sit, where to sit, how much to speak, how much to listen, how to absorb, how to process your thought processes, right? Compute inside the mind. These are the small things which these great people have actually taught me, and I'm very proud to have people mentor like that, and I'm still in touch with each and every of them.
Interesting. So I'm of the opinion that we should have mentors for ourselves. I mean, for your professional career or for your personal life. It does help you to go a long way, right?
It does. Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that part, Manzar.